Hi everyone, it's Emma Burt, Community Outreach Officer for Back from the Brink, and I'm here today with Phoebe Miles, who is our fantastic project manager for Shifting Sands. We're here today in the King's Forest. We've just been going out with these guys on a fantastic walk, and we've just spotted the dinky skipper, so I'm really excited because we've never seen one before. But I wanted to ask Phoebe what's happening on Shifting Sands project and what she's up to at the moment here in the Brecks. So, go on Phoebe.
Well, lots and lots actually. Here in the King's Forest, we're doing some really exciting work to widen forest rides in order to basically create some of the old heathland habitat for lots of our heathland species that once existed here in much higher number. Prior to the forest being planted here, it was all open heath. And we want to try and actually create some more pieces of heath running through the forest to connect them then to the remaining heaths that sit outside of the plantation forestry. So we're going to be cutting some trees down along some of the rides, kind of like the ride we're walking on now, to widen them for the benefit of butterflies like the dingy skipper, which really require open conditions, short swards, bare ground patches, helped along by rabbits, moles, and other animals that would help to create these bare ground patches. So felling trees and also disturbing the soil mechanically in some places, whether through deep soil inversion or through turf stripping, because what we've got now, as we can see around us, is really quite thick turf that's lacking in bare ground. Dingy skipper is a good example of a species that relies on low-growing plants that aren't very competitive, and they can't compete with the really competitive grasses. And they also need the bare ground because it keeps the larvae that they lay really warm. So they lay the larvae in a bird's foot trefoil, a low-growing plant which is close to bare ground patches, keeps it nice and warm, and then when it comes out it can feed on the plant.
And you were saying earlier, Phoebe, that the work that you're doing obviously for the dingy skipper and other species, that it will obviously in turn benefit other species from a range of taxa, is that right?
Yes, so whilst we're looking at plants and invertebrates, we're also thinking more about the ecosystem-wide impacts that we'll have on things like birds. Here in the Brecks we have lots of ground nesting birds like stone curlew, the famous ones, but also nightjar, woodlark, skylark, and they require similar open conditions to those plants and invertebrates, and they'll obviously thrive where there's lots of invertebrates to eat, and reptiles as well, snakes and lizards.
Awesome, sounds good. And what are your hopes for outreach? What are you thinking about when it regards to getting people involved all across the Brecks? Have you got any exciting stuff coming up?
Yes, we've got more butterfly and moth events coming up here in King's Forest in July and August. They're all on the Back from the Brink website, and we really want to encourage all sorts of people to come. People who have some knowledge, people who have no knowledge, people who have lots of knowledge of the kind of creatures that live here. We're also doing a whole programme around rabbits because they are a keystone species here on these heaths, on remnant heaths. And we're also going to get an army of volunteers to help monitor those rabbits over the next 3 years. So our details are on the website, and we'd love to hear from you whether or not you want to attend our events or come out and help us monitor lots of cool things like rabbits.
I love the sound of it. So there you go, guys. To go to our website, just go to NatureBftB.co.uk. It's all there. Or have a look at any of our social media. We're on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube channel and Facebook at NatureBftB. Okay, till next time. Bye.